Welcome everyone. In this video, we are showcasing some more fun battles in the Great League featuring Drapion. Drapion is an amazing pick for the Great League, guys. It is slowly but surely becoming one of the best safe swaps in the Great League, and that is because it does not have very many weaknesses. The one glaring weakness that Drapion has is ground type damage, and although there are a lot of ground types in the Great League, you can overcome that with Drapion because Drapion is able to get to those crunches with stab and a chance to debuff the defense very fast with the fast move of Poison Sting. We are also running Sludge Bomb for those neutral matchups and for opposing dark types, guys. So very fun team. Drapion's going to be the safe swap on this team. And in the lead, we are running with Medicham. Medicham is a fantastic lead in the Great League. As many of you all may already know, Medicham is such a beast, guys, especially as an XL. This is a fully XL Medicham, rank 3. I got super lucky when I caught this thing. It is amazing. Although, guys, I will say that after running this team for all of my sets today, when I was thinking about team building with this team, I seriously considered running Defense Deoxys, and after doing all of my battles with it, guys, if you have a Defense Deoxys, definitely go with that as your lead instead of Medicham, just because Skarmories are everywhere, and Skarmory can cause a problem for this team. And also on this team, we've got Greedent in the back. Now, the reason why we decided to go with Greedent is we were inspired by the Medicham Lickitung core, which is a very strong core in the Great League, because if you think about it, Medicham, weak to ghost type damage. What do we have in the Great League? All kinds of ghosts running rampant, guys, between Trevenant, Sableye, Cofagrigus. Having a normal type to cover that is extremely valuable. I don't have an XL Lickitung, so we're rolling with everybody's cute, chunky little squirrel, Greedent. They are very similar in terms of stat product, and Greedent, with that Bullet Seed type fast move, can actually do a little bit better up against those water types, and you're able to get to those body slams extremely fast. You can hit those ghost types for super effective with Crunch. I had a blast with this team, but without further ado, guys, let's get right into this first battle. So much fun with this team, and we are met with a Alolan Ninetales. Got to go right into Drapion, and they are running Charm, so it's a good thing that we were fast on the swap. We really don't want to take any Charm damage on our Medicham. Of course, with that fighting typing, Charm does hurt quite a bit. So they're staying in with this Alolan Ninetales, which is very confusing to me. But because they're staying in, we did shield that Weather Ball because this charm damage is really starting to add up. And we are baiting with Crunches. Although it is resisted, it hits hard enough to where it would do a decent amount to this Alolan Ninetales. And we grab both shields with successfully baiting with 2 Crunches. They likely did not want to take a Sludge Bomb. And they come in with a Unnovan Stunfisk. So this is even more crazy, guys. The fact that they stayed in knowing that they had a ground type in the back, that might have been a misplay on their end, guys. They should have definitely come in a lot faster with that. Unnovan Stunfisk does beat Drapion pretty easily with that ground type damage, but nonetheless, they take us out. We come in with our XL Medicham. We're not going to shield anything because these charge attacks are fairly weak. They have access to Discharge and Mud Bomb. It's not going to do a whole lot to XL Medicham, being the beast that it is in the Great League, guys. And we did undercharge that Ice Punch because we wanted to get it low and farm up and store some energy. But they aggressively go back into their Alolan Ninetales. Might be yet another mistake from this battler, guys. That allows us to bank that energy on Medicham and come right in with our Greedent, guys. And with shields down, Greedent is able to really do some damage to this Alolan Ninetales because shields are down and these body slams add up, and Greedent can get to them extremely fast with that Bullet Seed. And we get to another one. We're going to be saying bye-bye to this Alolan Ninetales. See you later. And we're going to see what they have in the back. They come back in with Stunfisk, so we're just going to farm that down. 2 Bullet Seeds do the trick, and they've got a Azumarill in the back. Okay. So we are getting low on health. normally at full health. This is actually not a bad matchup for Greedent. So we did get off one Body Slam to Chip, and we banked a bunch of energy on our Medicham. We're going to look to get off this hard-hitting Psychic. At this health range, 2 Psychics would take this Azumarill out, and they know that, so they elect to throw energy. There's no way that they were going to be farming us down, so they take us out with a Play Rough, and that allows Greedent to come in and clean up this endgame for us, guys. We get to another Body Slam. Greedent, super spammy in the Great League. We get another Body Slam off, and these Bullet Seeds are starting to add up. They are doing super effective. We get to another Body Slam. And this is going to be taking out that nice, shiny Azumarill. We say bye-bye, Azumarill. And that is going to be a good game. Very well played to this battler. Had a lot of fun with that one. So far, so good with this Medicham team. Guys, if you like what you're seeing, give the video a like. That is the best thing you could really do to help this channel out. And let's see what we got up next. Nidoqueen. Okay matchup for Medicham. Not the greatest. We are going to have to swap out at some point. So what we're going to do is just look to get off some chip damage and then go into Drapion. As we will be debuffed, we got to switch out anyway, so it just makes sense. We do want to chip, though. Nidoqueen can be a problem if you don't manage the matchup the right way. So that's a little tactic you can do, guys. Just farm up to the lesser move, and that way most of the time they will let it go through. But we do draw out an Umbreon, and this is okay. This is why we got Sludge Bomb on Drapion, guys, for these opposing dark types like Umbreon, like Mandibuzz. It really does help out. Aqua Tail just does not hit hard enough, and it doesn't have stab, so definitely Sludge Bomb is the way to go for opposing dark types like this Umbreon here. So we're just playing this out. We're trading charge attacks here. It's not as good for us that it's not running Psychic, but not many people are really running Psychic Umbreon these days. They're just going last resort and foul play on us here. They did throw foul play, which is kind of interesting. We are outpacing, so they looks like they want to flip switch here, and they do shield, so they definitely want to flip switch here. We're going to match that shield because this Umbreon is trying to leave this matchup with loaded energy, so we do throw up a shield to force them to throw their energy. If they don't, they're going to be taken out with a Sludge Bomb, so definitely worth a shield. We don't want our Medicham taking any additional damage, as Nidoqueen does typically come accompanied with 2 dark types in the back. This is the first one. I'm going to farm that right down and see what they decide to come back in with. Like I said, it's usually double dark, but it's a Swampert. That's not a Scrafty. We weren't expecting to see that, but we're going to look to get off a hard-hitting Psychic, and they no-shield it. That is amazing. So because they did that, they called the bait and were not successful. We can let this Hydro Cannon go, guys. This is farm down range for Greedent. Greedent's going to close this game out for us, guys. They come back in with Nidoqueen. They don't want to get farmed down. That's okay. Greedent is super tanky. It can tank this damage from Nidoqueen, no problem. We do get that last shield with a Body Slam, and they are creeping into Body Slam range. I'm going to let this first one go through. Not going to do a whole lot to Greedent. Greedent is very bulky, guys. We do get to another Body Slam, and we CMP tie there. That's okay. We're trying to farm up a little extra because we want to be at least 1 Bullet Seed off from a Body Slam to take out that Swampert in the back, guys. So we get to just about 2 here. This one's going to be taking out the Nidoqueen, and they've got that Swampert left. 1 Bullet Seed gets us to the Body Slam. This is going to be taking out that Shadow Swampert, and we say bye-bye, Swampert. And that is going to be yet another good game. Well played to this battler. Oh, you gotta love it. Greedent taking out the Azumarill. Holy smokes. Greedent's such a fun pick for the Great League, guys. And like I said, if you don't have an XL Lickitung, Greedent is not a bad second option. It really isn't. They're very similar in terms of stats, guys. But we are met with a Jellicent here. Terrible lead for us. Got to go right into Drapion. And I noticed that a lot of battlers like to fall in love with that Bubble Beam. They're going to look to get off one and then just debuff that attack on their way out. But I think that the right move is just swap out. You know, if you want to farm up, you could save the energy as well, but they like to do that, and that's okay. They come in on us with a Diggersby. We have been debuffed, so these crunches are not going to do as much, but that's okay. Drapion gets to these crunches extremely fast, and we get the debuff there. That is amazing. I'm not going to shield this. We can come right in with Medicham if this is an Earthquake, and it is. That takes us out one shot. Boom. So we come in with Medicham, and we can tank an Earthquake as well. We just want to load up on energy. Having loaded energy on Medicham is extremely valuable, especially if you're able to manage its health. And we do counter down that Diggersby there, expecting them to come back in with the Jellicent. That would be the move. So we're going to bank that energy, come in with Greedent. Greedent is an extremely dominant matchup up against Jellicent, but they meet us with an Alolan Ninetales, another one. So that's okay. This is pretty neutral. They're running Charm. Greedent is bulky enough to stand up to this heavy charm damage and really spam them with body slams. I'd imagine, yeah, we're going to start getting shields here. They really have to take out this Greedent because Jellicent cannot do a whole lot up against Greedent. So we are going to match that shield. The charm damage is starting to add up, and we're just spamming them with body slams just as fast as we can get to them. They are starting to add up, and we do draw that last shield. That is amazing. So we're going to get to another one here. Greedent, super spammy. Holy smokes. I love Greedent, guys. I love it in the Great League. I love it in the Ultra League as well. It's such a fun pick. And we're going to snipe them right there in the middle of the charm animation. Deny them all that energy. We've got loaded energy on Medicham. We still have a shield. We're going to look to do as much damage to this Jellicent as we can. There's the first Psychic. That does quite a bit to Jellicent. We're not going to shield anything. We actually want them to take us out, but they go Bubble Beam again. That's going to allow us to get to another Psychic. And even being debuffed, this is going to be getting this Jellicent extremely low, and it does. Holy smokes. They do farm us down, but this is Bullet Seed range. All we got to do is throw up a shield. It sucks to have to shield a Bubble Beam, but you got to do what you got to do to pull off the win. One Bullet Seed does the trick for that Jellicent, and that is going to be yet another good game. Well played to this battler. Another strong close by everyone's favorite little chunky squirrel. Guys, if you like what you're seeing, again, give the video a like. You would be providing a massive help to the channel. And we are met with a Galvantula. Alright, so not the best matchup for Medicham. So what I like to do is just stick in here a little bit, tank the first move. Because although these counters are resisted with that bug typing on Galvantula, they do add up because Galvantula is very glassy. We should have thrown our move though. That would have likely gotten a shield or done some decent chip damage on it. But instead we bank the energy and come in with Drapion. We do grab a shield there, so that's nice. We are going to match the shield because a lunge would hurt. It is neutral with the poison dark typing, but Galvantula hits like a truck, guys. So we're going to look to get off another crunch here. Hoping that they let it go through because we really want to get rid of this Galvantula, but they go down on shields. We're going to match that. Not sure if it's the best play, but it's just how we decided to play it in the midst of battle, guys. So because we've been debuffed twice, we're going to go for the Sludge Bomb. Shields are down. This should be enough to KO that Galvantula, and it does. Bye-bye Galvantula. So we're going to see they go Scrafty in the back, so okay. Gonna look to get off the Sludge Bomb. Again, that's why we run Sludge Bomb for opposing dark types like this and for the Azumarill. It really flips that Azumarill matchup. Does a decent amount. Double debuffed. Doesn't do as much as you'd like to see, but it is what it is. That's the pain of going up against Galvantula. And they do hit us with a foul play. Oh, that's terrible. Does neutral damage with our Psychic Fighting typing. Gonna look to chip with an Ice Punch and get off as many counters as we can. And they take us out. Scrafty taking out a Medicham. You don't see that every day, guys. Holy smokes. They're gonna look to get off a foul play here. We're just gonna look to Bullet Seed down, but they aggressively go into a Skarmory. And this is not looking good. That is GG's. Yeah, we just can't do enough damage to the Skarmory, and that's going to be a good game. Well played to that battler. Yeah, guys, like I said, Skarmory does pose some problems for this team. It's just the backline can't really put apply any fast move pressure to it with that steel typing, and of course Medicham is a fighting type. That's why I think Defense Deoxys might be a better lead than Medicham. But anyways, we are met with a Granbull Shadow. Terrible lead. Got to go right into Greedent this time. That's because Drapion is a much better matchup, so you never want to go with your best option if you're safe swapping. So we safe swap into Greedent, which does serve as a decent, very good safe swap in the Great League as well. And that Body Slam did quite a bit to that Granbull. They do swap to catch on an Empoleon. Nice catch. Catching the Body Slam on a Steel type. Very nice by them. But we're going to look to get off a Crunch. Hoping for a debuff here. That would be nice. It never hurts to get a debuff. No debuff. That's all right. Greedent hanging in here with the Empoleon. We get to another Body Slam. They were looking to farm down, but Greedent is a tanky boy, and we take out the Empoleon. Flipping switch. Holy smokes. Greedent putting in work, guys. Holy smokes. They come back in with that Granbull, so now we are safe to come back in with Drapion and look to farm all the way down. This Granbull has loaded energy. Gonna shield this up if it is a close combat, and it is. That would have hurt quite a bit. Granbull hits like a truck, and they come in with Trevenant. Perfect. This is exactly what you want to see, guys. Obviously, Medicham wants nothing to do with the Trevenant, so we're just going to spam them with these hard-hitting, super effective crunches just as fast as we can get to them. We are going to shield this up. If it is a Shadow Ball, it would do quite a bit, although it is resisted. Trevenant hits like a truck, guys. We're going to farm up to 2 crunches. We need 2. 1 gets the shield and 1 KOs. It's a good thing that we did shield at that first Shadow Ball because this one does quite a bit, but it doesn't take us out. Drapion has some very underrated bulk, guys. It has some decent bulk to it. We do get the shield with that first crunch. This one will be taking out this Trevenant, doing super effective damage. Bye-bye, Mr. Tree, and they come back in that Granbull. Not a big deal. Medicham counters it right down. Holy smokes. Medicham countering down the Granbull, closing the game for us. I had a lot of fun with this team, guys. That's the team. And, yeah, very fun team, guys. Very strong team. And as I said not too long ago, I think I seriously considered going with Defense Deoxys in the place of Medicham. Decided to go with Medicham at the very last minute before starting the battles for a number of reasons. Obviously, Medicham is an absolute beast in the Great League. It's ranked number 4 for a reason, guys. That's because it's pretty darn good. But also because whenever I showcase battles, I like to showcase picks that you guys likely have access to. Not everyone has a Defense Deoxys, so I landed on Medicham. It wasn't so bad, but running in the Skarmories all day with this team, guys. It's crazy. But if you do go Medicham, just be mindful of that. The way you want to play it, you'd rather see a Skarmory on the lead rather than in the back. The reason why is because Medicham, although it is a fighting type and Skarmory is a flying type, Medicham actually does pretty well up against Skarmory. It's just if it's in the back and health ranges aren't equal and shielding scenarios are not equal, that's where it can become a problem. But if you see it in the lead, it's not that bad. You can play it out a little bit, get it low, and then look to safe swap into Drapion and hopefully get it to within crunch range where 1 crunch would take it out, or even in farm down range. But that's what was working with this team as far as Skarmory. What else? Toxicroak could be a problem as well because that's the one fighter that also resists fighting type damage like Medicham. But Medicham does beat Toxicroak. It's really not that bad. You got to align it with your Medicham. But other than that, this team is super solid, guys. Super solid team. Again, I know I'm beating a dead horse, but if you guys have a defense form Deoxys, definitely go with that over Medicham. I just did Medicham because it's not a bad second option, and I like to feature teams that are pretty accessible to most viewers. So that's why we went with Medicham. Medicham's always fun, guys, especially as an XL. So OP in the Great League. And you got a nice cover for Medicham in the back with Greedent. Medicham is going to be super weak to ghost type damage. It is weak to charm as well. But charmers are falling off slowly but surely with the emergence of all the poison types like Drapion, like Nidoqueen. You don't see too much charm these days. We did run into it a little bit, but as you can see, we did overcome the charmers, no problem. So Greedent provides a very, very good cover for Medicham's weakness, primarily being ghost type. Greedent is very bulky. Being a normal type, you double resist ghost type damage, and you've got a charge attack that can hit those ghost types for super effective with Crunch. And you've got an amazing stab move with Body Slam, one of the best charge moves in the game. Bullet Seed gets you to those body slams extremely fast. And then you cap it off with an amazing safe swap, that being Drapion. Drapion provides an added layer of ghost type coverage for Medicham. That dark typing, you obviously resist the ghost type damage. Super spammy, you're able to spam off those charge attacks super fast with Poison Sting. Classic ABB team, guys. If you're met with a bad lead, safe swap into Drapion, and you should have a good game from there. Guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.